Hi everybody, it's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and I have just gotten in from church and I'm going to do some more batch filming and then kind of let the videos come out as it were the natural way. No epidural, we're going to do this naturally. So I have a tag to do. I was tagged by the lovely Kevin Talsreeds. Kevin Talsreeds? I don't know, Kevin tagged me. We all should know him by his first name by now. I want to call him by his first name. I feel he's close enough for me. So, to be my friend. This is the After Dark tag. Don't know who made it. I don't know anything like that. But I promise I will put all of the prompts in the description box. Okay, we're ready? Here we go. Have you ever read Under the Covers with a Flashlight as a kid? If so, do you have any memorable books or experiences? Please share them with us. Okay, I did. My parents were not, they're big about bedtime. Like, bedtime was a big thing. But once we went in our rooms and closed our doors, and I'm speaking about myself and my brother, and we had two separate rooms. Once we went in our rooms and closed the door, they didn't really care. We were of the generation where you didn't have a television. And so I never read Under the Covers because I always had a light next to my bed and I could read, and I would read Betty and Veronica comics. All kinds of Betty and Veronica comics. I loved Betty and Veronica. I loved Archie. Raise your hand if you were a Betty and Veronica fan. Loved them. All the comics. So I was a big comic book kid, but really only, I like Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, and I like the Pussycats. I think it was called the Pussycats. They were a girl band. But comics when I was a kid. And do you read when you wake up in the middle of the night as an adult? No, because I don't wake up in the middle of the night as an adult because I've been self-medicating for years and I am tired and I go to sleep and I never have a problem waking up. It's just not one of my things that I have a problem with. I have a problem with lots of other things, but not that. Do you use your e-reader, booklight, or light on your nightstand? None, because I'm asleep. Please share any memorable books or memorable experiences. I have none of which to share. So, number 2 was a complete bust. Number 3. Excuse me. I have to get some salsa. I've got some blueberry salsa. Because, of course, I'm eating Sunday afternoon popcorn. That's what I do when I get home from church. I make a big thing of popcorn, and it lasts me pretty much all week. Okay, where was I? Power outage. What have your reading experiences been when the lights won't turn on, the TV is dead, the computer's out? Do you read then? Share with us any memorable books or reading experiences during a power outage. No, I don't read then because my family is so media-centric. We cave like a house of cards. And so when those times happen, I'm usually dealing with the electric company on the phone or dealing with everybody else having a meltdown. And the idea of reading during those times, because those are crisis times, because if we've lost power, it means pretty much we've lost heat or cool. So it's either a tornado and it's the summertime and it's 120 freaking degrees, or we're in the middle of an ice storm and we don't know if the trees are going to fall on our house or not. So I just don't find that a good time to pick up a book. Not my thing. Oh, get a little hair work done there. Wouldn't be a Meg video without a little hair work. Okay, what's next? Reading ignorance. Did you ever read a book because you realized you were completely in the dark about a particular subject or genre? What was the book and what was the experience like? Okay. I read 2 books, and I think I'm going to relate one to another question here. But this one book that I read was about birds, and I think it was called Just Birds. Not Just Birds, but I think it was called Birds. And it was about all different kinds of birds from all over the world, and the different things that they did, and the different ways that they lived, and how they have adapted to their habitat and everything like that. And I thought it was freaking amazing. I just thought it was amazing. Do you know that the worst bird parents, according to this book at least, are doves? Because doves don't know how to build nests, and their eggs just fall out the side, and they go, oh, that was weird. Well, we got another one over here. So I read this book about birds, and it was really, really fascinating. I really learned a lot about birds. Not just about doves, but about all other kinds of birds. So that was really good. Okay. Reading blindly. Did you ever read a novel without knowing anything about it? You haven't read the back of the book or any reviews. You just jump in. Name a book and share your experience. Well, I just finished reading Consider Miss Lily, which I think falls into that, because I didn't really know what it was about, and I didn't really know what I was getting into, and it was a 3. It's kind of boring. I don't know that you would want to read it. It had some interesting vintage parts in it, like Life in 1962, which I enjoyed, but, it was a little... I don't think I'll do that again. Just jump in and grab one that I don't know anything about. But never say never. There might be one on a shelf that I get into that doesn't have, because a lot of the vintage books don't have blurbs. And so you have to kind of look them up on your phone, but I sort of think that's cheating. So I'm going to answer yes, that I have done this, and yes, that I will do it again. I will read a book blindly without knowing what it's about. But this last one was kind of a stinker. So it doesn't always pay off to do that. Just so you know. It's like a PSA, public safety announcement. All right. Other dark places. Camping, cars, basement, the movies. What are any other dark places you have ever read in unexpectedly? Share any books or memorable reading experiences. Okay, terrorists would have to make me go camping, because I've been camping a couple of times when the kids were in Boy Scouts, and I hated every moment of it. So I'm never going camping again. I certainly didn't read that. I'm never going camping by choice again. Cars makes me sick. I get car sick if I read in a car, even if it's not moving. Basements, I don't have a basement. The movies, what are you talking about? I just paid like $25 to watch the movie. I'm not going to bring a book in there. Besides, how would you read in the movies? I just don't get it. So I have no experience with that at all. So number 6 was a bust too. I don't have any experience in that. Epiphany, the lights are on. What book or books have given you a proverbial light bulb over your head, something that really illuminated an idea for you? Share the book and reading experience. Okay, this one was the other book that I was going to include with birds that I forgot to include. I read this book years ago, and if I can find a picture, I will put a picture up of it. But it was called If a Lion Could Talk, We Wouldn't Understand Him. And it was absolutely fascinating. It was talking about how we, I'm going to say this wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway, anthropomorphize animals, and how it was talking about like this lioness who ate her cubs. She gave birth to her cubs, and then she ate her cubs. And they were like, oh, was she upset about something? Did she not want to have children or anything like that? And the scientist was like, well, maybe she was just hungry. And there were little helpless cubs there, and so she just ate them. And it was talking about how we never, no matter what we do, like we talk to dolphins and we put those big orcas in SeaWorld and everything like that, but we'll never understand animals because their brains are so different from ours. We'll just never understand them. And so yeah, that was an amazing book. And it really brought to light, because I've always been a pet person. And my husband and my son, they anthropomorphize R all the time. They're always like, oh, he's sad, or oh, she's upset, or she's jealous, or anything like that. And I have to remind them, I'm like, we don't know that. We don't know any of that. So anyway, if I can find the picture, I'll put it up, which I already said. But if a lion could talk, we wouldn't understand him. And tag some booktubers. Well, I'm tagging Heather, of course. And I'll probably tag Philip. I don't know who else. I'll get ya. I'll get down to ya. Don't worry. I love to tag people, and I do. So I will tag other booktubers. But Kevin, thank you for tagging me. This was a fun tag. I really enjoyed it. And I will check you later.